The day I lost my baby, I also lost my dad. I didn't plan it. I didn't even raise my voice at first. Something inside me just snapped. The hospital lights, the silence where a cry should have been, the soft shuffle of nurses. It all pressed down until one truth was clear. I couldn't hold him and hold my father at the same time. I remember the hospital room in fragments. The hum of a machine in the corner, the blinds half closed, slicing the light into harsh little strips, the smell of sanitizer sticking to my skin no matter how much I washed. I kept rubbing my hands, like maybe if I scrubbed hard enough, I could erase what had just happened. My husband sat next to me, eyes red but steady. He put his hand on my shoulder, said, "I'm here." I nodded. I wanted to believe it mattered. But in that moment, it felt like no one could really be here with me. Then my phone lit up. It was my dad. He already knew the baby was gone. He knew this wasn't a normal delivery. But the texts, what time is the surgery? When will it be finished? When do you get discharged? Tell me exactly when I need to be there for the older one. And then, make it quick. I've got something later. That was it. Not, how are you holding up? Not, do you want me to sit with you? Just logistics, his schedule. I stared at the screen. I typed back short answers, times, estimates. Every reply from him landed like a calendar alert, not comfort. And I thought, my baby is gone, and all he cares about is what slot he has to fill in his day. The nurse came in, explained the induction. My husband held my hand. I kept wishing for one text from my dad that said, "I'm sorry." But it never came. By the afternoon, I texted again, "We'll talk when I get home." He wrote back, "Might stop by, got something going on." I convinced myself maybe he'd show up with food. Maybe he'd surprise me and finally look at me like a father, ask me how I was even standing. But deep down, I already knew. After Mom died, every conversation with him bent back to his pain. If I was sad, he'd one-up me. If I was happy, he'd drag it toward his disappointments. And I told myself he couldn't help it, but grief doesn't give you a free pass to abandon the people who need you most. That evening he came over. The house was dim, on purpose. I couldn't bear bright lights. My older son was asleep on the couch, still holding his toy car. The TV was muted. Subtitles crawling like ants across the bottom of the screen. Dad stepped inside. Didn't even look at me first. His eyes went straight to the hallway, where I'd shoved the baby clothes into a box I couldn't open. He gave me a quick hug, more like a tap, in and out, like he had somewhere else to be. I braced myself. I was ready to hear him say my baby's name, or at least, "I'm sorry." But he started talking. Not about the baby, not about me, about himself. The something later he'd hinted at in his texts. His girlfriend had left him that very afternoon. His voice got louder as he went, hands cutting through the air like he was reliving every detail. "She blindsided me. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on. I need you right now." For a split second, I still hoped he'd stop. Look at me. Remember what today was. But he didn't. He just kept going. The room tilted. I grabbed the back of a chair to keep from falling. My husband's eyes locked on mine across the room. A flicker. A question. I swallowed and tried once more. "Dad, I can't do this right now." He nodded like he understood, then picked up right where he left off. That's when the string inside me finally broke. "Leave," I said. He kept talking. "Leave." This time my voice cut through, sharper. He blinked, startled, as if I'd hit him. I didn't stop there. The words rolled out steady, like they'd been written on my bones for years. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't show up here. Don't use grandma to pass me messages. Just go. He shook his head. You're being dramatic. You're punishing me. Everyone suffers. Breakups are like death, too. My chest burned. You knew my baby was gone, and still you can't even say his name. The silence that followed was heavier than anything I've ever felt. Even the fridge seemed to stop humming. He looked down, and he still didn't say my son's name. He left. But the calls started that night anyway. Long voicemails about his ex, texts that began, "I know you're hurting, but," and ended with the universe conspiring against him. I blocked his number. So he went through Grandma instead. She called. Her voice careful, carrying his words. "He's having a hard time. He misses you. He didn't mean it." And in the background, I could hear him whispering prompts. "Tell her I'll help with the older one. Tell her I'm sorry she's upset." Not once, "I'm sorry about the baby." I didn't answer. And for the first time, I noticed how quiet the house was without him. The quiet felt strange, then it felt like oxygen. Every night I lit a candle for my baby. My husband sat with me, held me, never asked me to move faster than I could. And grief, when it's shared, becomes something you can at least breathe inside. Grandma came once with groceries. She stood in my kitchen, said families should stick together. I told her my family is sticking together. She pressed again, asked me to at least crack the door. "It isn't stuck," I said. "It's locked," because I locked it. We planted a small tree in the yard. My older boy poured water into the dirt with the seriousness of a soldier on duty. I told him, "Your brother's part of the sky now." He nodded once, quiet, certain. Kids have a way of hearing poetry as truth. I used to think cutting someone off was an explosion. Turns out, it's more like a ceremony. You put out the torches one by one. You say the words. You fold the flag. It isn't perfect, but it's the only way to protect what's left of you. I blocked my dad everywhere, told Grandma she wasn't a messenger anymore. "If you try," I said, "then you'll be outside the circle too." It sounded harsh, but it felt like breathing again. I don't know what story he tells about me now. Maybe I'm the villain, but here's what I know. I'm a mom, and my kids deserve a home where pain isn't just somebody else's stage. Most mornings I step into the yard. I touch the tree we planted, the bark cool against my hand. I say my baby's name out loud. Sometimes I whisper to the little girl I used to be, the one who kept waiting for a different father. "I'm sorry you waited so long." But I'm not sorry for the choice I made now. Boundaries aren't punishments. They're how I keep my garden safe. People ask, "When will you forgive him?" What they mean is, "When will you let him back in?" And I just say, those aren't the same thing. What I have right now is peace. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's in the soup my husband makes, the way he holds me when I can't breathe, and in my little boy, who waters that tree like it's his promise. If my dad ever learns to say my son's name without twisting it into his own story, maybe we'll talk. But until then, I won't let him rewrite my baby's memory with his storm. The cost is too high. The math is simple. The day I lost my baby, I lost my father too. And as much as that breaks me, it's what keeps me standing, because I refuse to lose myself as well.